Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, NFTs, play to earn, and price. And today, guys, we're talking about price in particular. I am not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice, but we're talking a little bit about TA on what I think is going on with Ethereum over the next couple of weeks here and into January. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. We're coming up on Christmas Eve. I've got a ton going on at my church. I'm the technical director there, as well as a pastor, and cryptocurrency is something I've done for the last year. It's been almost exactly a year since I got into the cryptocurrency market, about the end of November last year, and got into stocks before that. I was a stock trader, and most of last year, in fact, it's kind of how I got through the year with a downturn in my my typical finances. Anyway, let's move on to the technical analysis for today. That's enough about myself. Let's look at my screen here. We've got TradingView pulled up, and like I said in the last video on, I believe it was on Friday, I posted a video that we're converging essentially on Christmas Day here. We will likely see either a breakout to the upside or a breakdown to the downside before Christmas, as Christmas Day is really kind of the convergence point of our current resistance and support levels. And so one of the indicators that I'm using, guys, that I would highly recommend you use, I don't have an affiliate link for it yet, but if you go over to tradeconfident.com, they've got some awesome indicators, especially the price versus whale money flow and the trend exhaustion. I picked those up on the Black Friday sale that they had. I'll link to those in the description below. But it looks like we're just bouncing in between these lines, guys. We've got the downward sloping resistance from all-time highs, as well as the most recent highs here. We've got our most all-time highs from down here, this downward sloping line that we're staying within. We've got the local highs here. We're staying within that, obviously, and then we've got this upward support that is holding us up. And in fact, we bounced right off of it earlier today, and I was happy to see that over the weekend we did not drop below it as well. So we are staying up above that. I do think we're in a consolidation mode, guys. I do think we're seeing a lot of indecision in the market. We have the traditional markets up here. Gosh, the S&P does not know where it's going currently. We saw all-time highs back in late November, almost hit it just a couple days ago again, and then we had this massive drop. And I do think there's just a lot of FUD out there with the Omicron variant. Starting to see some more shutdowns because of that. Although in my opinion, guys, this is a nothing burger. We've gone through vaccinations. We've gone through people getting COVID even though they've been vaccinated. We've gone through some booster shots. And personally, guys, this is not obviously political advice or financial advice, but I do think we're going to start seeing this go into the background. I don't think they can create much more FUD about this. I really hope my friends out in Australia and get to go back to work and get off of their outside of their states and all. There's just so many crazy lockdowns going on around the world, guys, that really could use some relief. I mean, we're losing. I heard the Turkish lira today is just dropping off a cliff as far as the value of it. The hyperinflation has gotten out of control because of just money printing over the last year and a half, 2 years. And we're starting to see the major effects of it, and I can't imagine what it's going to do in places that have been locked down even longer. So with that said, guys, let's look back at Ethereum. Actually, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin is the only thing green on my chart today besides the VIX, which is pretty funny. The VIX, if you don't know, is the volatility index, and right now we're seeing some obvious volatility for obvious reasons. This is back here was when the Omicron variant was announced back in this neighborhood here. Saw kind of the apex of that. I do think we're seeing a little bit more VIX related uncertainty right now. Some of it is Evergrande, their default. Some of it is just possibly this Turkish lira situation. But inflation is out of control right now, and I'm really surprised to see Bitcoin kind of just holding still. And I think people are just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. We're obviously in a downtrend right now. We're coming down off of, I think, all-time highs relatively recent here in Bitcoin. Back in possibly early November, I think, is when we hit nearly $70,000 per Bitcoin. Yep, November 10th. Looks like it was our top of the market here. Now we're only about a month and 10 days later, and we're back under 50,000 and have been for a couple of days now. I would like to see us bounce out of this, guys, as we consolidate here. We've been really consistently consolidating since the beginning of December for about 15 days now. That's a pretty decently long time for Bitcoin to be consolidating, although we did see almost 3 whole months of it back in July. I think it was ending in July, although we did see some lower lows before we went up back in April. We saw the previous all-time high in Bitcoin, and then we had this big long extended consolidation period between late or mid-May all the way into mid-July, late July. Finally got out of that, and then have obviously hit all-time highs since then, back on the 10th of November. And now I think it's time for Ethereum to launch, guys. We're just under $3,900 in Ethereum, seeing a little bit of an uptick as far as things go in the last couple hours, last 8 hours to be exact. We are seeing a little bit of this is the, let's look at the ETH to BTC chart real quick. We're seeing a bounce off the all-time highs that the all-time highs back in April and May is when we saw Ethereum almost, it got to the peak of its possible flip with Bitcoin, and then it came back down, guys. We are above that number now. We hit all-time highs, or at least local highs. I think the all-time high is actually over 0.1% of ETH to Bitcoin, but when we hit, I think it's 0.12 is when the Ethereum price actually becomes higher by market cap than that of Bitcoin. So we're looking to hit that by the end of this bull cycle. We are above the most recent highs, and then we hit this all-time high here, or local high at least here recently. And I do think we're going to continue to bounce off of this line and head up in the higher direction. That is if and only if we continue to see a breakout to the upside on this descending wedge here that we're seeing, this descending triangle. So statistically speaking, we do see this being a bullish signal. Just a lot of consolidation around this price. Most of my Ethereum was purchased at or below 3,800, so I'm very happy to sit and wait for it to go up. Honestly, I think my my dollar cost average is somewhere around the $2,800 to $3,200 range. I haven't calculated that in a while, but the last time I bought in was about $3,800. And so I'm happy to report that I am sitting on almost entirely profit at this point, and looking forward to seeing higher trends. Now, the fundamentals, guys, are fantastic for Ethereum, fantastic for Bitcoin. It is a store of value. Obviously, both of them are a store of value, and with the burn going on of Ethereum and the limited supply or the finite supply of Bitcoin, only leads to higher prices in the future, guys. So when in doubt, zoom out. If you're worried, if you bought your Ethereum much higher, above $4,000, guys, just hold on to it if you can afford to. So anyway, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching today. It was a quick one on the technical analysis side. I do just one quick thing. The indicators are showing that we're either going to be heading back in the upward direction as far as the trend exhaustion. We were in the we had touched the bottom red section in the trend exhaustion at the beginning of the day today. We are headed back in the opposite direction. Now we could see it come down a little bit as the whale money flow is so high right now. In fact, guys, when the whale money flow is above this green line here, is above the pink red line here, it means that whales are buying the dip. So anytime the price is dipping down and the green line is heading above, it means the whales are buying the dip, guys. And this is what we saw back in the summer. And I do think we could possibly see this come down a little bit as the whale money flow slows. But then if we come down at all into the trend exhaustion, I think we're going to see a launch in the other direction pretty quick here, because we're just starting to see more and more Ethereum just getting eaten up right now, especially by the whales, guys. So if you're a real tail trader or a whale, thank you so much for propping this price up, and I do think we're going to be heading higher soon. So if you like coffee and crypto, head over to friedrichscoffee.com to get yourself a 12-ounce bag of roasted to order coffee shipped directly to your door. That's and you can get that free with the free ship code FREESHIPUSA at checkout. Gets you free shipping to anywhere in the continental United States. If you like this channel, that's a great place to support me, and of course, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos just like this in the near future. And thank you for watching.